Because then they just go off and do whatever it is they want. How is that? I have to change my glasses too. I'll wait for everybody to get in because I accidentally went live again without meaning to go live for another 20 minutes. So let's plug the phone in here. There we go. And let me get my computer started. Get my computer started. Nobody's here yet, so I hope I'm not unlisted. I hope I'm not unlisted. Let me just have a look. I'll have a look on the computer. Oh, first cup of tea. Hey, Corey. So I'm not unlisted, right? Let me just, I accidentally hit the go live button while I was still setting up. So how you doing, Corey? How's the roof? Did you get the roof done on the house? That was Monday, right? Now let me just make sure I am public and not live. Or live, but public. Okay, we're public. Good. Okay. Excuse me. I didn't just get out of bed, but when I get out of bed in the morning, I do stuff before I sit down and have my first cup of tea, because if I sit down and I have my first cup of tea, that is the weirdest. How do we make this work? See, if I put it behind my camera, it's too dark. Let's just get it up there and leave it up there. Let's just leave it up there. Hi. Good morning. Well, almost noon. When I get up, let me pop out the chat and I'll wait a few minutes for other folks to get in before I start shouting hi. When I first get up in the morning, okay, I don't sit down and have my cup of tea. It's my first cup of tea of the day. When I get up in the morning, I start stuff before I start moving along. So I gotta see, like I have to download my camera and then plug it in, or I'm not going to be able to do my garden video today because the camera's almost dead. Now there's a few things I gotta tell you. Okay, copy. Hang on, give me a minute. Please I'm going to work a little bit while folks are coming in. There, open, show. Why do I have to go through two sets just to pay, two instructions just to paste now? Now my videos are downloading. Well, the rough footage. And then I got to plug my camera in while that's happening because I want to go out in the garden. So all right. Now, that's my camera uploading. I've dropped my house line that only Howie and Angie know. Get on there and stay on there. Get on there and stay on there. So, my knees. So I got up and I looked through stuff and I sent Howie a message. I guess we're still waiting for people to come in, so Gracie wants her attention. And I hope I can get that back up there again. Oh my goodness. Yes. Were you laying out in the sun? Were you laying out in the sun? Mommy's you, girl. Yes. Oh, does that feel good? Oh, don't scratch. Look, say hi. No, Mona Lisa. Hey, Mona Lisa, smile right there. No, right there. Right there. Look at everybody. Gracie, no, you're being rude. There it is. Just say hi to everybody. We're going to go out soon, do some zooming. Oh, yes. All right, where you go? Yeah, I'm glad she's feeling better too. It was pretty scary there for a bit. So I got up. Sorry, it's going to get noisy in here. because I got my fan on. I got up, I put on the laundry, I got dressed, I put on laundry, I washed Gracie's food bowl, washed and filled her water bowl, and, you know, puttered. Emptied the bathroom garbage because tomorrow's garbage day. Emptied the bathroom garbage, emptied the kitchen garbage. I got to empty my bedroom. It's kind of a busy day today. Wait a minute. There is not enough space. Okay, I keep getting this when I'm bringing up when I'm uploading stuff. Let me look at this here first for a second. Okay, that can go. It's getting to tell me that there is not enough space in my files. Like, I delete almost everything. So why I'm not having enough space must be because the guy who rebuilt my computer didn't give me enough I think it's RAM. So we will bullshit, there's not enough space. There isn't. Oh, okay. I'm actually doing the wrong thing. Woo! Good thing I checked. What's in here? All right, there's that. Okay. Hang on a second, folks. For some reason, I was trying. This is why I don't work while I'm visiting here, because I just tried to paste my entire video file from my computer onto another video file. Videos contains movies and other files. I don't understand. I'll deal with it after. Hey, everybody. So yeah, my laundry's on, the garbages are emptied, and I'm dressed, and I'm getting ready to go out and weed the garden, because we had a shit ton of rain. No, this computer, yes, it died, but it does not have 1/4 the space the last one did. And it's not letting me paste the stuff from my camera card into an empty file. It's nuts. So everybody come in and say hi while I'm talking, and then I'll pop out the participants list. I'm going to wait longer than ever to pop out the participants list, because I always do it, and then I shout everybody out, and then a bunch more people come in, and then I end up, instead of visiting, I end up shouting people out. So today, well, we got a shit ton of rain. We got a storm last night, a little bit of hail, but nothing dangerous. So I can see from my living room window that my cucumbers are coming up, my beans are coming up, and there is a crap ton of weeds. The problem with parsnips is they take longer to germinate than weeds. So now I have to go out, and there's this green bed, 2 green beds where my parsnips are supposed to be, and they're not. You know, I have to pull all the weeds and look for the teeny tiny parsnips. My garden, have too much going on in my life right now. Well, you know, breast cancer is nothing to be sneezed at, okay? You know, Tigger, and that goes with Alex too. And we are with you. We're praying for you, right? So I'm just finding it really difficult. I had, you know, the other day when I did the tea break and said, look, folks, I got to slow down. I can't do a video, 5 to 7 videos a week. And when I can, I do. But for the most part, I want to, you know, encourage people not to expect more than 3 a week. And then I had someone say, you know, you're only 60, lose 100 pounds and you'd feel much better. And it's like, since when did you, A, become an expert on my health? B, if you don't walk, like when they say walk a mile on someone's moccasins, I'm not angry. I just want people to know it's so much easier to judge from the other side of the camera than it is to walk in my moccasins. Because A, I can't walk very well, and B, I'm trying to run a household as well as videos, as well as a garden. And I may be only 60 years old, but I'm walking around in the body of a 75-year-old woman. And if people think I haven't tried to lose fucking weight, then they're, pardon me, then they're wrong. I didn't mean to swear. I apologize. So when I'm under this amount of I got to get work done, and people throw shit at me like lose 100 pounds, you'll do much better. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for the negativity that gets thrown at me. And folks, it's a daily basis, right? But hearing moccasins, I got a pair last week. Should have gotten a pair 2 years ago when they were half price. I love moccasins. I'm actually going to take once I'm out in the garden, I'm going to take my shoes off today. Howie pulled up all the rugs between the beds and tossed them in the soil. Underneath those rugs was black and full of worms. I hope I'm still as active at 60 as you are at 60, because I'm only 45. My body's breaking down. Well, I did the math with Howard last night. I'm going to tell you about the bird feeder in a minute. Don't let me forget. I did the math last night. And I have been fighting, well, they didn't diagnose me with fibromyalgia until 2012, but it started when I was pregnant with Briar and I got carpal tunnel in my hands. Living in a basement apartment, which should have been the first clue, right? I understand even when you drop 2 pounds, especially when you drop it on somebody's head that's mocking you. I'm just teasing. I'm just coming back with the freaky geek joke. Hey, new visitor, Van Life Bayou. Oh, are you a gypsy? When I hear van life, I think gypsy. You know, people who live in their vehicles and stuff, right? I'm like this far from saying, you know, if my motorhome was in great condition, I'd say, Howie, quit your job, let's just go. But we can't. We can't afford to. If you do radiation, it will be every day. I know this is hard to do, but try not to let it consume you every day. It's easy to get in a bad mindset. Absolutely. Absolutely, Alex. And Alex knows because, you know, Alex has been traveling that road a little bit longer. Wendy. Hi, Jules. Okay, let me pop out the chat and say hello. They've got 62 people in here. Everybody else is at work. Alex! Cali Chaos! It has been a minute. How are you? Chanel. Diane Maison. I know it's probably Mazin or Maison, but Maison means house in French, so. Freaky Geek. I sold Emanuela Cabrera. Hi. Jules, Lacey Black, Rhonda Huber, Sheila Hubbard, Tigger Bouncin', and welcome Van Life Bayou. So, blessings to you too. So, I'm charging up my camera. I'm going to try and figure out, every time this comes up, it says, oh, you have no room. It's like, what do you mean I have no room? I have 1/10 of what I normally keep on my computer. So again, I'm going to have to look for, I don't even know what's in this computer. So I may have to phone the guy who built it and say, hey, I need more memory. I need more, like I need more RAM and stuff. So you're welcome, darling. You're welcome. Hey, Liz, how are you, darling? Jules, Freaky Geek, Pam Whitmore. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. So, the birdhouse came, you saw. The bird feeder came. And I read the instructions. But the instructions weren't exact. Like, there were parts that were supposed to be on this bird feeder that weren't on it. Right? Hey, Jane. So, Just the way you are. There's more of you to love. Well, thank you. Hi, Red. Use external hardware for your laptop. Doesn't have room to upgrade. No. This is a new computer last year. I had it built. Cost me $700. And now, okay, there's two issues I'm having. If I'm playing games, sometimes, this happened about 4 times now, all of a sudden, my screen will go, and it'll go up in a zillion different colors, like it's frozen, but it's pixely with color. It's the weirdest thing. And then I have to restart my computer. And now don't have space. This isn't a laptop. This is a desktop, and it should be. You know what I might do? I just might. I don't know. I just might put this one in the coach and buy another one. I don't know. The Golden Girls. Hey, Pam. Hey. Chanel. Yeah, it's like 6 months old at this point. It should have a lot more of everything still. Yeah, exactly. So why is it that I am trying to... hang on a second here. Canon, DCIM. What the hell is on here? Okay. All right. Let me just do this. Copy. And let's go back over here to videos, captures. Now there's only one file and 2 pictures on in my captures folder, which previously was like this. And paste. Okay, the folder is a subfolder source of the folder. I'm going to have to go through here and take more shit off my computer and find out what the hell's going on. I don't even know if I still have his... Yes, I want to cancel all transfers because I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, the thing is when he built this for me, he said, what do you want? I said, I want all my files, like all my intros and exits. If you notice, not all my intros and exits are like last year. Like, because I make the video exits and intros so that I can reuse them. And I'm missing a bunch of them. I'm missing a lot of stuff, right? And so I'm having a hard time figuring out why my computer is not running properly. Have they done your eyes to thighs scan yet? Oh, you're talking to Tigger, sorry. Maybe it's the entity that took your TV remote messing with your computer. Who knows, right? Nothing is out of the realms of expectations these days. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Hi, Michelle. How are you, darling? Grizzly girl, how's it going? Yeah. So, I unboxed. I did it on video. But there's like 3 hours worth of video because the instructions weren't exact. And some of the things they showed on the diagrams weren't on the bird feeder. And the company has not sent me the shopping links, the coupon codes. I don't even know what the company's name is. But the bird feeder's up. And it's not, and I put it in a kind of busy spot on the deck by the pool. But it's the one place I could go. Let's connect. It's the one place I could go. See, that's what it looks like. Can you see that? There's the bird feeder, and there is a fruit ball and a hummingbird feeder, and there is, you can't really see it, that is the perch. And here's the bowl of food, and that's the camera looking at it. Now, they have not sent me, they haven't sent me the company's name, they haven't sent me the shopping links, they haven't sent me the coupon code, or I would be sitting editing this video today. But I have I have nothing to, like, I can put up the whole video, but the company hasn't sent me any information for y'all, right? But it was an interesting process, you know. I kind of had to figure it all out. The instructions were hard, made it more. The instructions were easy enough to understand in the beginning, like the mechanical parts, like how to put the SD card in and all that stuff. But mounting it, I actually had to look at everything and how it worked. I had to turn everything over and look around it and figure out how the bracket fit, because the way they make the bracket, it's fit for, you can put it on a tree, you can put it on a post, you can put it on a pole. So they make it available, you know, it's created in such a way it has multiple angles. So I had to figure out which angle was going to fit on my pole, and then when Howie got home, he had to, you know, put the screws in and stuff. Keep us posted, eh, Wendy? So it's up, it's running, and I'm going to do the video. If I don't get anything back from these people today, like coupon codes and shopping links, you're just going to enjoy it. Now, as for live streaming, I can live stream, and I can send it to Life with the Wolfies as soon as the birds figure out where the bird feeder is, that it's a bird feeder, okay? There's also the fact that, you know how they say, oh, it'll give your phone, I put it on my Spotify phone, because it runs on Wi-Fi, so that I don't get alerts. I thought I won't get alerts on my regular phone while I'm live streaming or anything. Hey, Judy! But they want you to pay $6 a month so that your phone will go bing, bing every time a bird comes on. I'm not doing that. So, A, I know birds in the sense that they have to figure out that that's food. B, Howie has to finish going up and down on the roof here. And C, once the birds figure out where they are, there will be a lot of activity. Then I will live stream it on Life with the Wolfies. Make sense? If I can figure out. If I live stream it on Life with the Wolfies and I find out that I have to pay for that as well, I'm going to be really upset. How's things going, Judy? Hey, Alicia, hi, darling. Yay! I usually do them in the afternoon, but I'm just having my morning cup of tea. Well, it's noon, but I'm just having my cup of tea before I go out and start weeding the garden. And I have to figure out how my computer is not allowing me to transfer stuff from my camera to my file, to my capture file, because it says there's no more room. Now, I've deleted a bunch of stuff off my computer. It's technically noon, and I have to phone Howie and tell him what's going on. And you're from Florida too. Hey, Diane, I love, when last time we went to Florida, we stayed in a place called Homestead. And it's not the nicest towns. Like, it's not like Miami or the Keys, right? But it is somewhat central. Like, when we were there, we had cousins who were staying in Miami, so we drove down to visit them. And then another day we drove up to the Keys. This little place called Homestead, Florida, I just actually loved it. I really loved it. My garden is planted, but I have to now go out and weed because we had storm warnings yesterday. And I could shut that off now because it's not that hot in here. And I was terrified that, because it started to hail, and I thought, oh no, here we go. But it was just a few little tiny hail, and then it was rain. So just fill all meds they give you, including painkillers. It's better to have and not need than need to not have. You will also need a very good multivitamin supplement. Yes. That's, you know what? That's one of the things I love about this community, Alex, is that, There's always somebody here who knows what somebody else is going through and can help and support them and guide them. Isn't that what a community is all about, though? You know what I mean? So, unless I hear from the bird feeder people, if I don't hear from them the rest of this day, then I'm just going to put the video out for the bird feeder and let you guys see the assembly and how he's putting it up. And then I'll keep you posted as to when expect live streams. Hey, Catsy! It rained for about 10 minutes yesterday, and they said it was supposed to be all day, so I have to check and see if the garden actually needs water. Mine does not. We got lots. We got like some heavy torrential rain there for a few minutes. And it rained quite a bit. So, yes, the community here is fantastic. We are very blessed. We are very blessed because it's a support system. And, you know, even though during the pandemic, they tried to, you know, our support systems were divided and separated and locked down. So it was even more difficult. Like, if they expect us to live through something like that and then just go back to normal. Well, no, they don't expect us to go back to normal. But we need to get back to normal. Not new normal, not build back better. I'm talking about, you know what? I'm finding I'm not going outside as much. Now, why did that happen? Not because of the flies, but because I've been used to being shut in. Right? So, just gave my cats their 11s. Hey, Sybil, how are you, sweetheart? Well, I can block people, but the truth is when people are rude, think about it this way. And yeah, I get angry. I'm only human. I'm not, you know, perfect ninnies, but I have worked really, really hard at not throwing negativity back at negativity. Why? Because you're feeding it. You're feeding it, right? Think about it this way. You got a pot on the stove and it's simmering. It's not bubbling, boiling yet, but it can be dangerous. It is dangerously hot. And then you take a kettle of boiling water and you pour that in. That's going to come to a boil much faster now, isn't it? Because you're feeding the heat. Well, feeding energies is the same way. You know, if someone says, oh, if you just lose 100 pounds and work out and eat less this and more that, and if you do this and you do that, you cut out carbs and you cut out dairy and you cut out gluten. There's my, you know, most of my diet. You'll feel so much better. You know, well, A, I don't know these people from Adam. B, why should I let their advice or their anger or their get over yourself, you're just fat. If I let that stuff actually hurt me, then they win, don't they? They win. They get to go, I made my point, right? No. The first name's good enough, Tigger. Wendy's good enough. So what we need to do, now I keep saying this, and I'm not perfect. I get upset. Especially when I wake up first thing in the morning. First thing I do is check my email for comments. And when I wake up to somebody saying, you're fat, just lose 100 pounds and you'll do so much better. I've had gastric bypass surgery. You know, I mean, I just do what I can do. And there's only so many things that I do eat, right? Everyone plays we call them armchair experts, right? What works for one never works for anybody else. That's true, Callie. That's true. So I guess my point is things are going to get negative. Things are going to get really freaky deaky in the next 5 years. Because there's a lot of stuff. People are waking up and there's a lot of realities out there. There's a lot of falsehoods that are being shoved down our throat. when we can see the realities right in front of our eyes if we just keep them open and don't, don't let, don't let something else feed your energy. It's been said with the wolf, the black dog, the darkness and the light. Here's the basic premise. Okay? Everyone wakes up every day with two, let's say, dogs inside of them. One, and I don't like even using color. One dog is angry and vicious and wants to chew and bite and lash out. And the other dog wants to sit in the sun, scratch its ass, go out and lay in the sun, dig holes, chase squirrels. Which dog do you want guiding your day? The one you feed. The one, look at my Gracie. She's, oh, don't you come near my house. Daddy's not home. Mommy's by herself. I'll eat your leg off. And I go, Gracie, it's a friend. And she goes, oh, okay. Right? That's my dog. That's my dog. She's just a happy dog. I'm the scapegoat in my family. It's not good. Yeah, I hear you. I scapegoat for a long time. Seems to be the oldest and the youngest in families seem to be a scapegoat, right? But you know what? You're only the scapegoat. And here's what I've learned. You're only the scapegoat if you allow yourself to stay in that position. Somebody can stand you right there and say, okay, now you're the scapegoat. All you have to do is step off that mark and say, no, I'm not. And get on with your day. We have to learn that as we can love our family, but we don't have to let them define our waking moments. We can love our community, but we don't have to let the negative parts in our family and our community and our neighborhoods and our government and anywhere else. We don't have to allow them to define where we go from here. So it's easy to get angry because angry is a knee-jerk reaction to pain, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical. Anger is a knee-jerk reaction. When they say knee-jerk, it's like, testing your reflexes. But the truth is, you don't have to kick your foot for the rest of your life. It was one knee-jerk reaction. And are you going to let that knee keep kicking the rest of the day? No. So it's a reaction, but it's what you do with the reaction or what you do with that emotion after the knee has come back down. Kick the knee and it goes bunk. When it comes back down, it's up to you where to go from there. So how did we get to the point where we let everybody else in our lives define how we eat, sleep, function, and react to life? We don't. Not even Howie has that power. Because Howie and I have a relationship where it's constantly fluid. It's no, we don't see other people. When I say fluid, I mean, as we've aged, we went from a double bed to a queen bed to a king bed. That's because of dogs. And now I'm back down to a double. We went to 2 double beds in our room, and now I'm a double bed upstairs. He's a double bed downstairs. And in the summertime, he's in the coach. In the wintertime, he sleeps downstairs the whole winter. Why? Because that's how we get the best night's sleep. That's how we function. Is it the same as it was when we first met, where he was a human blanket every night? No, it's not the same. Why? Because we grow, we change. Nothing ever stays the same. And if you try and make it stay the same, what did John Walton, the original John Walton from The Homecoming, say? He's had this old yellow duck this little baby yellow duck, and every day I'd squeeze him to keep him little. And one day that I squeezed too hard and the duck died. And it's like anything else in life, okay? It's got to grow. It's got to expand. It's got to change, or it dies. I'm pretty foul-mouthed too. I drop F-bombs when I shouldn't, but boundaries are implying relationships. Well, we talk about boundaries, and everybody has, like, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just asking you to think. Everybody looks at things completely differently. Some of us have similar ideas of what things mean, but for the most part, we are all individuals and we all have our own take on everything. Let's look at that word, boundaries. Hey, BlackRock! Let's look at the word boundaries. Okay? Same things like fences. Great fences make great neighbors. Why? Because it lets everybody know where your property is and what to respect. Right? If I had a fence along I don't have any fences. Well, it's got one there falling down. But if I put a fence along my property line, and it's the exact spot where it's supposed to be, and my neighbor decides to come and cut a big hole in my fence and plant a tree on my side of the property, that's a boundary violation. And they did it, it would be doing it deliberately because the fence is obvious. The boundary is obvious, right? Now, when we talk about personal boundaries, some people seem to think that means you have a bubble around you that nobody can touch. Personal boundaries, all personal boundaries is loving yourself. What do we talk about loving yourself? Loving yourself does not mean giving yourself everything you want, eating everything you want, doing everything you want for your own personal pleasure. That's not love. That's gluttony. That's just stuff, right? Loving yourself is knowing when enough is enough. Knowing when to walk away, knowing when to ignore, knowing when not to accept unacceptable behavior. Okay? So I'm not saying put a fence around yourself. I'm just saying that anybody who walks into your perimeter and doesn't show respect, you are allowed to walk away. And when I say respect, I don't mean necessarily respect for you, because people necessarily don't know you. I got family that think they know me. They know nothing about me. So they put me in this own little box of what they think I am, and that's where I stay for them, right? You're welcome, Jules. But the truth is, love is not accepting unacceptable behavior. Love is respecting yourself enough that you let everybody know what your boundaries are. And what are our boundaries, folks? You don't hurt me. You don't get to come up and slap me when you're angry. You don't get to shout at me when I do something you don't like. You don't get to tell me how to live. How I live is between me, my husband, who's in my immediate proximity at least 50% of the time, right? And everybody else, approach with caution. Not because I'm going to be angry and snap at you, but because I know what my boundaries are, and I know when they're being violated. Hey, Patricia! My brothers say if we get rich, we're buying an island so nobody can get to us. I saw an island once, I think it was on Trout Lake or Trout River. It was a crossing. The lake was in, or this island was a 40-acre island. And it had 2 cabins on it. It had wood, like they had bedrooms and wood stoves and the whole 9 yards. The only problem is that the other side was New York and this side was Ontario, as far as I know. Hi, Donna. How's it going? Hey, Patricia. So we didn't look at it, but wouldn't that be something? And he goes, why? I said, I'd just stock it and let them run wild. Where are they going to go? He said, what would you stock? Goats. For starter. Well, maybe not goats, but I mean, you could let your turkeys run wild. You could let your chickens run wild. You know what I mean? All those things. And the only way to get to it was by boat in summer and snowmobile in winter. And the in-between times you were stuck. Tell me that that's not an awesome place. The only thing wrong was A, I didn't have enough money. And B, the island wasn't big enough. Because I would buy an island in a heartbeat. We're not talking Epstein Island or in the island of Brian or anything like that. Well, I'm glad, Donna. As long as we're alive, we got a chance, right? You know, if you're drawing breath, then you have the entire world before you to decide what to do with. But I would love an island. It had woods, like it was a wooded island. It was like New York or Ontario. It was lots of trees. And it was basically an island people owned to camp on and go hunting on. But the problem is you let too many people on and your hunting is going to fall off. So if it was a 1,000-acre island with woods and trees and little, you know, freshwater stuff, that'd be awesome. I would love that, but my secluded 11 acres make me happy. Well, there you go. Everybody has their own personal slice of happiness. And as much as I have a problem, because living in Quebec is getting more and more difficult for Anglophones. It really is. Especially since the Trudeau is kissing the Bloc's butt. But the thing is I love it here. I love my little acre. Well, it's not a full acre. It's like a 0.1 less than an acre. I wonder why they do that. Wonder why they did that. As if I had a full acre, they could do something different. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Hey, it's been peace fried. I don't know if I said that right. But doing unto others just means respect other people's boundaries, and they will respect yours. And even if they don't respect your boundaries, you teach them how, not in anger. You say, hey, you know, you can't, if you want to plant something on my side of the fence, why don't you ask me first? Because if it's like an apple tree, then we'll both enjoy it. But you can't just come in here and do what you want, right? No, we can't here, Tina. We can't. I went through a year of applications, research, and paperwork to, what the hell are they called? I got so used to calling them the Quebec agricultural mafia. Because this land here, in this land that I'm on, the farm, a slice was cut out and sold and given to kids when they got married. Now, back then you could do that, but now you can't because this is agricultural land. The CPTAQ, the Quebec Agricultural Mafia. So this land you can't sever because it's agricultural land. So it took us a year of paperwork, planning, lawyers, all kinds of stuff to apply to have our just under a half acre sliced, squared up into a full acre. And that cost us $13,000, right? The things you have to, you can't just sever land up here anymore. Like if I have a full acre now, and if I were to put a little dry house, they call them dry houses, there's no toilets or anything, but if I were to put a little cabin up on the property across the driveway with a composting toilet and its own power, like if it was a functional little house, winter and summer, I couldn't sell it because you can't sever it. So it would have to go when the property sold. People may have forgotten how to respect each other, but it's up to us to set the example. We lead. Everybody leads by example. It's the example you follow that defines where you're going. If you follow somebody's example who is, yeah, let's just cut that fence down and cut down all his trees so he can put our fence back up so he can't ever even approach my fence without me seeing him. Or you can talk to him and say, no, you can't do that, honey. But if there's some way I can help, let's talk, right? People say, well, respect is earned, not given, or whatever. Well, let's not talk about respect. Let's talk. It's not about respecting each other. It's respecting each other's boundaries. I can love my neighbor. Said this 100 times, and those who've been around long enough. I can love my neighbor who doesn't live here anymore. I got a new neighbor I've only met twice. But I could respect my neighbor. I can love my neighbor. But that doesn't mean I have to go over and bake them pies and invite them to Sunday dinner every week. It just means I respect the fence lines and his right to be where he is and my right to be where I am. Now, the day he crossed my boundaries and started stamping new ones into the snow, then I phoned the police. It's that simple. Hey, Karen Ludwig, how are you, darling? Lead by proper example. That's right. And that gives everybody else the choice which example to follow. Yours or some idiots. Yours or someone else's. Let's put it that way. Right? So let's not talk about, respect is earned, not given. It's like, no, you're talking about people. When you talk about people, you just don't respect a person for the sake of respecting them. You respect them for the boundaries that they set up and how they live life. And you respect that. Right? And if you don't respect that, well, then at least respect their boundaries and nobody's going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Hey, Carol Childress, how's it going, sweetheart? We have wonderful neighbors and we know them and they are there if needed, but everyone stays on their property and keeps to themselves. Yeah. And not every farmer you buy from is going to treat you fairly. I am now waiting. I put a post on my couple of local Facebook pages, and I'm now waiting on someone to let me know if they can sell me some roasts, steaks, and stew meat. Everything else I have hamburger. I have ground beef, and I just want roast steaks and stew beef. So we'll see. Hey, Dottie Mae, how are you, darling? After 10 years of living here, I now know my neighbor's name, and his wife couldn't tell you about the kids at all. We waved. That's progress. Well, my friend Gert lives across the road. And Gert used to house sit for me and all kinds of stuff. Her health is not the greatest anymore. She's got a bad heart now, and she can't drive anymore and stuff like that. So if I'm going somewhere, which is rare, but if I'm going, say, to take Briar shopping, she'll be sitting outside having a cigarette, and I'll say, do you need anything from town, or do you want to come to town, go shopping? No, my daughter's going to look after it. Okay. But that's the kind of neighborliness that, you know, like her daughter one day, the first time I went in the pool last year, and it was cold. I went into the pool and came up, woo! I sounded like Goofy. And she texted me right away, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Oh, yeah. I just went in the pool for the first time. It was too cold." And she laughed back. She said, "I thought maybe you fell and hurt your knee." That's a good neighbor, right? Hey, Janet Pickett, Michelle Jones. So, I mean, it takes a long time. We've been here now 20, whoops. My math brain doesn't work well on years for some reason. 27. Okay, so we've lived on this property now for 17 years. And I've gotten to know people, but the people that I communicate with the most is Jimmy and Judy Carroll. Jimmy and Judy Carroll are like family. They're like family. He plows on that driveway. He used to bring me hay from my goats, dirt from my garden. One time they butchered a beef and didn't want the liver, so they gave it to me, and I went to Gracie in liver treats. You know, one day Jimmy phoned me and said, "You need chow tomatoes?" I said, "What are chow tomatoes?" "You know, the tougher ones that are ripe, but they're left on the vine." "Sure, I'll take them." Bring me buckets of chow tomatoes. One day he brought me a whole fruit box full of plums, plum cots. You know, I mean, neighbors are indispensable. It's called community for a reason. Your neighbor story made me laugh. Which one? Which one? The one with the gas can stomping the boundaries in the snow? Yeah. Like, you know, and what was very telling was the fact that he waited till 3 hours after my husband went to work, and he knew I was alone. That there alone is enough for me to call the police when someone stands on your doorstep with a gas can in their hand, telling you that you're trespassing on their property when you've already paid for it. It's time to call the police. He said, get off my porch." "Oh, this is still my land." "No, it's not. And right now you're standing on my porch. So get your ass off my porch or I'm calling the cops." "You call the cops. I'll tell them. I'll make a report on you." I went, "Fine." I said, get the F off my porch, you wingnut." And then I called the police. And they sent me a completely francophone police officer. The Anglophone police officer sat in the car and let him handle it. He must have been new. But I had to phone the person who rescued that property financially, who sold me the property. This person that was used to own the property, it wasn't even their property anymore. So then I had to get on the computer. I had to phone the notary's office. I had to phone the actual owner of the property and the police. And these three things had to get together to interpret the fact that I had a crazy man walking around on my property threatening me. Like, I didn't say he was threatening me. But you stand on my porch at my front door with a gas can in your hand telling me I'm trespassing on your property and he's going to do something about it? Yes, you call the police. Friendship bread. Oh, isn't that nice? Hi, Frida. That's lovely. So I have to go now because it's a beautiful day and the weeds are going to take over the garden, and I may not get it all weeded today, but I want to do a little bit of a video, and I have to fix my computer too. And then I got to phone the computer place and say, I don't understand what's going on, but it's not even allowing me to put stuff on my computer, and we'll see from there. But I have to go out and start weeding. Once the first batch of baby weeds after a rain go, and your plants are big enough that you can tell the difference between plants and weeds, it gets much easier. But the first couple of weedings are always the most difficult. So look forward to the bird feeder camera video over the next couple of days, because I'm going to give them a chance to email me and say, okay, here's your coupon codes. Oh, I have another one coming. Remember I said I used to have a Seal-A-Meal vacuum sealer, and then Sung Life, not Sun, Sung, S-U-N-G, Life sent me one, and it's starting to go. But I have another company sending me another vacuum sealer. And so I'm really hoping my beef will come, hoping I can get some beef soon, so that I got my 3 pounds of ground pork that had gone bad. I got those replaced. And I'm going to make a bunch of meatballs and meatloaves and put them, you know, vacuum seal them and stuff. But I'm going to wait for the new vacuum sealer. So there is... Oh my God, Tina, this isn't the same computer I had this time last year. It completely died. Do you not remember that? And I had one rebuilt, and I got this monster of a computer. But now it's, the graphics card must be crap, and there's not enough memory. I don't know. I'll have to phone them and find out. Yes, fingers crossed, but there will be videos as they come up. I'm not like racking my brain trying to figure out videos for you folks. I'm just trying to get stuff done. And if I can video in the meantime, I will do so. All right. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And hopefully I'll have a video tomorrow for you, whether it's a bird feeder or a garden video. But you'll get one tomorrow. I love you guys. Mwah! Take care. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. And remember, it's Thursday. So it's Little Women Live tonight. Somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. I'll know more by how tired I am tonight. All right? On Reading with Beverly Wolfe. All right? I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And have an amazing day. And remember, you set the example about how you want to be treated. Right?